Aha. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, and it is the last day of the week, and we are so excited. I'm so sure yet you are that it is the weekend, and I hope you have a lot of cool things planned. And if not, staying on the couch is also a fun thing to do. For sure, I certainly like to do that. I'm on my way today to Rotterdam to work, and then to Antwerpen for some meetings. But I'm here with you this morning to just to share a little bit before I get going for the day, and talk about, I'm gonna talk about some people. No, I don't want to talk about people. I'm just not going to talk about people at all. No, as in a comment from yesterday, as I was talking about the blame game. People who play the blame game and who play the shame card or place guilty trips on you are people who are, I like to think that people who are suffering in their own private world. And I think that they do not know what they project onto you, and they're so lost and hijacked in their own kinds of thoughts to, how can you say, just, I don't know, to bring you down with them. So they feel much more comfortable when they bring you down with them, you know? And so, in a way, that person can be so attached to their ego, and their ego becomes their story becomes their reality, and they're just, I don't know, they can't practice the patience that they need to discover maybe themselves. I don't know. Like I said yesterday, this is just an opinion I share, because it's like bringing me to, like, also the question of being right or being wrong, you know? Like, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything, because that's the beautiful part about our lives, you know, because we get to choose how we want to be and how we want to behave and stuff like that. And isn't that a wonderful thing? You can really change your mind, you can change your thinking, and your brain changes. Yeah, so that's like not a new discovery, but certainly in this century it's it is something very much very much part of our existence, and very much part of our free will and our choice. And so we can change our brains and our minds by being conscious and by being aware. So, you know, but like I said before, I'm not right or wrong, but there are some people that you come into contact with that cannot practice, like, non-violence. And I'm using that word like, you know, it's a dramatic word, but it's in a way when people attack you and they want to like guilt trips on you, they want to, it's like a form of violence almost, and it's like an attack, but it's verbally, and actually, in fact, it is what they do to themselves. So by having that thought, I have much more compassion with that. But anyway, you know, you cannot practice nonviolence with a tiger. Do you understand what I mean? So, have you heard that expression? I don't know, you can't. So, when you look inside yourself, you know, and there are also other people who, where you say to yourself, he thinks he knows who he is. You know what I mean? And in fact, we are not our stories, you know, like I said yesterday. And then, so I'm thinking, you know, I am not my story, you know, the positive or negative or anything like that. And I am not like my success or failure or any of that. That's just all these concepts going along with me, and goes along with my experience and goes along with your experience. So when you realize that, you step back and you don't have so much problem with forgiving people or forgiving things, you know, because when you forgive, you forgive and you go on, and it's about you, and you let go. So you let go and you allow and everything. But, you know, with those people who thinks he is who he thinks he is or she is, are difficult people in a way, a sense. It's not about having confidence, because having confidence is having confidence in the possibility of taking risk, I think. Taking risks to be yourself, you know, we need much more people who are wanting to be themselves. And a lot of people like to, like, point their finger at people who are themselves in a way, because I experienced that also too, I think, Anyway, recently I just talked about this. So your total devotion to being kind and being respectful and being compassionate and understanding and all these kind of things are how can you say, are intimidating to some people, I guess, I don't know. But it's not about, you know, I think it's because perhaps some people can't find themselves in that space because it is a natural sense of ourselves. It is a natural state of being in ourselves is when we are just open and aware to our conscious choices, you know, and so therefore we can develop. So I think that people who are hijacked and playing the guilt trip and the blame game and all that stuff like that I talked about yesterday are certainly lost. And so I don't want to spend my time with those kind of people who are laying blame on me for their feelings. And yeah, and I talk about it, but at the same time, everybody, you know, everybody has, you know, we don't have to be right and we don't have to be wrong, you know, right or wrong. It's not about that. It's just about supporting each other and understanding. But sometimes people suck your energy and you have to walk away from that, you know. So we have a weekend here. We have a weekend full of choices. We have a weekend full of opportunity, right there inside of you, making those choices. So what kind of choices are you gonna make? You're gonna make more of implied decisions to respond to, I don't know, a stressful situation? Or are you gonna be playful and just accept it and not have to be right? Not having to be right. The day I let go of being right and that my opinion was final, let me tell you, it just changed everything in my existence. It changed everything because I don't have to walk away trying to convince anybody of anything. And that's certainly what my morning talks are not about. And my inspiration is about my own inspiration and my inspiration of getting myself into this moment and sharing it with you this morning. But I certainly don't have to be right, and I don't care if I influence you or not influence you. Do you understand what I mean? But we can agree to disagree on certain things. And that's all good. But anyway, I'm here to share that with you. And so the day I let go of being right was the day that I started to excel in my character and my person. But it's not, and it's actually the more or less of my story falls apart, right? Because he doesn't have to be right, and so it's ever changing. Okay, I'm gonna leave you with that thought this morning. And when you encounter people who he thinks he is who he thinks he is, or she thinks she is who she thinks she is, it's okay. It's all good. Let them think that. Yeah? We're all the same. We're all beautiful and amazing and unique and valid. So let go. Live and let live, and free, and forgiveness constantly in your heart. Okay, have a great weekend, and hope you enjoyed the talk, and I will be seeing you on Monday. All right, much love and hairstyle. Bye.